never sort of anytime give up hope, because when I speak to youngsters, they say, 2 years I've been slogging and I can't see the outcome at the end. There's also a very great high desire to get, your needs fulfilled very quickly. But you never felt that way. You didn't care at all. You were clear that whatever path you were in the right path. You knew intuitively you were in the right path.
No, far from it. I think my sort of realization has been that you will not love what you do forever, no matter what it is.
Sure.
And people say that, if you do what you love,
Yeah.
then you will not work for a single day in your life. That is true, but I think what is more important is not only doing what you love, but loving what you do, which requires discipline. And none of us, as human beings, I think we are always looking to progress. We're looking to seek adventure. We're looking to grow and develop ourselves. And therefore, we get bored.
Right.
And what we already have, we sort of take for granted, and then we sort of seek for what's next. And at that point in time, one needs to have the mental discipline and say, what is my unfinished agenda at the task at hand?
Mhm.
Let me refocus and do my very best with what I have, rather than try and look out for something that is magically better, because that does not exist.
Okay.
And therefore, focusing on what you have and then doing what you love, but then loving what you do when you don't feel like it, I think is that quality of being tenacious and resilient. And again, focusing on what you can do, putting in the effort, and then I've found that the outcomes normally just follow.
Let me put it in practical terms from what I've heard from some youngsters recently. So one youngster said, "Look, I've been working in one of the big four, and I'm bored. Yeah, this is very boring work. And like you, I said, if it's boring, it doesn't matter. Let's do it. Do it fully, 100% play." And she said, "No, but I can get another job. Why do I do this? I'll take another job." And so you've got these people who keep moving from one workplace to another, looking for some magic, formula that will make them feel thrilled all the time. That's one aspect. The other aspect is that there are, like, I'm reminding myself now, I used to hate doing taxes, finance accounts. And there are things I had to do, but I did it. I used to not love it, but I did it. And slowly I began to realize that it's not so difficult actually, I would just go and do it. And I thought that's very normal. But when my own daughter told me, "But why do I have to do all this mundane stuff?" I said, "This is part of your job. I mean, you can't have everything which is going to be so beautiful and great." Is this something similar to what you're saying?
Well, I think there's nothing wrong in changing jobs. I think the point I'm making is that uh, when you feel that you have stopped learning or stopped growing
Hmm.
or not being challenged,
Hmm.
before you take that extreme step of changing, I think you should just pause and say, have I learned everything that I could have?
Very nice.
Have I done everything that I should have?
Hmm.
And I have been able to contribute to the very best of my ability, so that then this chapter is over.
I love this.
And then I'm prepared to go to the next
I think
chapter.
it's a powerful lesson.
Yeah. As opposed to, just trying to look for something, a shortcut um, way of progression, because that I don't think shortcuts really exist.
You never did that in your life. You've
Sorry.
never taken the plunge that way in taking a shortcut or something.
Well,
But it's enough, yeah. Chodo, yeah.
I have, I think that intrinsically another value from my childhood has been one of gratitude and being loyal. Gratitude to those who give you an opportunity to serve them and to contribute to the very best of your ability, and then also to be loyal to those who treat you well, right? My father worked, all his life in the government service. He told me that the hallmark of a good human is that you retire from wherever you start. Now, I don't quite believe in that, but so I was wired like that.
Mm.
And therefore, I have had, just two or three very long stints with companies. So I was with the Tatas for about 6, 7 years. Then I was with Yum Brands for 24 years
Mm.
in one company. Then I'm currently, till recently, was with JAB Holding, a private equity, for the last 7, 8 years.
Oh.
So essentially, just three large moves. But within that, I have always had the privilege of finding new adventures, new challenges, new ways to stretch myself to make sure that I was actually ready before the opportunity came, you know, that I was ready. And I think being ready is always looking at, okay, what is the unfulfilled agenda? Have I learned all I could? Have I done all that I should have at every single opportunity? And then when something comes your way, you're normally tapped on the shoulder and said, we think that you're ready. And that's how you can keep growing without changing companies. You can seek different adventures within the ecosystem of a company, that gives you the opportunity.
Two things arise to my mind. I'll try and see if I can get them one by one. One is, did you ever fathom in your wildest dreams that you would be in the place that you are when you were a kid?
Um, Never. I think I have a deep sense of gratitude coming from India, coming from very modest beginnings. I would never have dreamt in my wildest dreams that I'll be chairman of a Fortune 500 company in the US, or the privilege of having had the opportunities that I've had along the way
Mm.
because people took a chance on me. I was not never labeled as an Asian. I was never labeled as an outsider. I was given opportunities to lead our businesses in Holland, in Germany, across the world, leading a portfolio, businesses, global businesses, and then leading a company eventually in the US. So, answer is no. I never thought
Mm.
that I would have had the kind of experiences that I have.
He's very humbling, no, when you look back actually. Now when you go back and look at him, like very rarely will we do that, but if you just take 10 seconds and pause and look back and say, man, well, from where to where? I mean, for me, the biggest one which was very visible to me was that you were the head of KFC, a brand that I would eat every day or every week or whatever, and globally. I mean, that's one hell of an accomplishment. And especially, for how do I say it? Somebody has been through a lot of stuff in his life on a personal level, which was in your world. Having that in your life and dealing with your world in your personal capacity at the same time, still doing this is phenomenal, unbelievable.
Yeah, I do feel that, yeah, I would have never imagined to have had the experiences I've had, but I have this insatiable desire to keep improving. And I think of myself as always work in progress. And even when I die, I'd want a placard that says WIP because I'm still trying to get better every single day. When I wake up, I ask myself, how can I be a better human being today than I was yesterday? And it's never over. And I think I really don't feel that, as I look back, I can see things that I have done, but I can also see things that I have not done. I see successes and I see failures. And that's part of, any human's or any leader's journey. And therefore, I just look for two things. I look for, can I learn till my dying day? And can I have an impact and live a meaningful life till the time that I have the last breath in my body? And can I contribute? Can I serve? And can I learn and can I become better? And when you have that kind of a mindset, you know, it's a milestone where I'm at
Still
still
are.
to be had.
We've got grown up with a lot of this belief that the aggressive person, really competitive, really going after it like that. is the answer. But when I hear you, you're competing against yourself. I don't see you. I'm not listening. I mean, I'm listening to you. I don't hear you thinking about, I got that, and these people were there, but I still got this. Because somebody tapped you on your shoulder. You don't have to ask anybody. Has
Yeah.
that really been the case?
Well, I think I love sports, and sports is a great analogy, and you can learn a lot from the mindset in sports. If you ask a great tennis player or a golf player, who do you play against? They're always playing against themselves. And they're saying, I'm trying to beat myself and be better than I was yesterday. And I think that mindset is a mindset that I also embrace, that, I just have to be the best version of who I can be, and continue to try to be that, not only in one dimension of life, so not only at work, but across all the kaleidoscope of dimensions that I have in my life, as a musician, as a student, as an athlete, as a religious person, spiritual person, as a parent, as a husband, as a friend, as a peer, and so on. In all of those dimensions of life, asking myself, how can I be better? And how can I be, you know,
You're setting
a
very
better
high
version,
standards, yeah.
a better version of who I am.
Every every aspect of it.
Yeah.
Very high standards, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's an endeavor, and I think the fulfillment lies in holding yourself accountable and the effort to try and be better. You don't always succeed, and mostly you don't, because there are always areas where you fall short of.